It was a styling design that Ford said added distinction to an already distinguished car. But was the change in appearance purely aesthetic, or was there actually a more practical reason for the redesign? If you've been around Model A's long enough, you've probably heard the term slant windshield to describe a car, and while most people know what it refers to, here's more about Ford's sleek mid-year design change that foretold the future of Ford design. Simply put, the term slant windshield is used to describe late 1930 and 1931 vehicles where the windshield pillar was tilted back on about a 10-degree angle. Up until that point, Model A closed-car windshields were nearly vertical. The new angled windshield was usually reserved for the more deluxe vehicles, but also saw use in some standard models. Ford's official term for the style was the slanting windshield, and some ads touted it as adopting the Lincoln's style slanting windshield. The redesign also eliminated the exterior sun visor from the vehicles. The closed cars received a sun visor inside the vehicle, or, as Ford said, quote, "To give it a more fleet and graceful appearance, the visor has been placed inside and is adjustable to suit the needs of the driver." The first production Model A with the rakish design was the Victoria, when it was introduced in November of 1930. Early prototype images of the Victoria show that the car was originally given the straight vertical windshield like the other Model A's, and at some point before its debut, the new style was adopted. The Victoria was the only slant passenger car offered for a few months, that is until March of '31, when four-door models began to be upgraded to a slanting windshield. The most notable of these was the 20 millionth Ford, which was produced on April 14, 1931, and was a slant windshield town sedan. At the same time the new four-door style was introduced, Ford announced that the Cabriolet would be redesigned to include the slanting windshield, with delivery slated for May. May of '31 saw the introduction of the convertible sedan, or the 400A. This vehicle also got the slant windshield treatment from Ford. The only commercial vehicle to get the slanting style was the 1931 Town Car Delivery, an updated design from 1930's straight windshield version. The slanting windshield design was also used in prototype vehicles that never made it to production. This included a prototype three-window coupe, two-door, and pickup. While there are several reasons why Ford could have gone with the updated design, the one they advertised was a fact almost every Model A owner knows: the annoyingly dangerous glare and reflection of light on the windows. Anyone who has ever driven a Model A, especially at night, knows how bad the glare of oncoming headlights can be inside the car. Ford said that by slanting the windshield at an angle, all the objectionable reflections noticed heretofore on cars with straight windshields have been overcome and done away with. Night driving in the new town sedan has now become a real pleasure and may be done in absolute safety. The windshield of triplex shatterproof glass is slanting, acting as a protector to the driver against the glare of the approaching headlights as it deflects the light down and not into the driver's eyes. People will often cite aerodynamics when they talk about the slant windshield, and while it probably did afford some improved airflow, it wasn't the primary reason for the update. Even though these newly designed bodies were drastically different from their predecessors, Ford considered them to be continuations of the model and did not separate production records between a straight or slant windshield version of the body style. There is no definitive way to determine how many slant windshield versions of a body style were built, as they are all lumped in the straight windshield type as well. While it may seem odd to roll out such a radical design change mid-year, Ford was very much aware of the need to produce a new model every year, and this was the sort of prep work for that new production schedule. Ford used this to their marketing advantage and said, "The Ford is an automobile which does not need periodic redesigning." This does not, however, mean that there are not improvements from time to time. There are, but these improvements are incorporated as they are developed, and the public is immediately given the benefit of them. The styling was a precursor of the 1932 lineup that saw the slant windshield being deployed on all Ford passenger Model B and V8 body styles. The slant windshield was an attractive and forward-thinking design that heralded Ford's styling for years to come. So, what do you think about the slant windshield body styles? Leave a comment, and as always, we hope you continue to enjoy a Model A.